I want it ripped off right away. All right, next sheet. Throw it down, guys. Let's go.
Gale Prosser Craig is our new expert.
Eric, come over here. Mommy's going to teach you a lesson.
All right.
Take your knife and open up the spout.
Yeah.
Gale runs a Toronto home restoration company with an all-female building team. Every episode,
This is what makes the seal.
Jeff and Gale will teach the bad handyman.
Well, you can't dilly-dally when you're mudding.
Then they'll observe the bad handyman.
This is not demolition. This is annihilation.
Then they'll help me decide which person's work is the worst.
You need to attach it to the wall before it kills the kid that'll be staying in here.
The first challenge for Canada's worst handymen is turning their closets into shelves.
There'll be 2 cleats on one on either side and then a board on top.
A cleat is a simple support. To make his cleats, Jeff is using 1x3 lumber, and to make his shelves, he's using rough wooden planks.
Gail's going to cut. I'm going to install. So, Gail, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 6 pieces at 18.
While Gale cuts the 18-inch cleats,
I'm going to use a pedo level.
Jeff marks a level line wherever the shelf will go.
I'm marking the top of the cleat.
To screw the cleats into these wooden walls, Jeff is using 1.5-inch long screws.
Why would he choose a 1.5-inch screw or a 2-inch?
Whatever the thickness of your material is, double that, and that's what you should be using for your screw.
When the cleats are screwed in place, the shelf just rests on top.
It's very, very simple, straightforward.
And very solid.
Only needs 2 screws per cleat, and
It took the experts less than 10 minutes. As the nominees settle into their spaces, Eric discovers Angie's Hardware.
this isn't what I ordered.
Get the hell out of my room.
How come? Did they switch us over?
You're down in my room. I'm up here.
We're giving Angie the blue room
Perfect.
All right,
Thank
Take it
you.
easy.
because she hates it downstairs.
So I said, well, you can share your room with me, no problem.
Holy crap.
Eric happily takes measurements in his new closet,
So last shelf at 67.
but upstairs, Angie's tape measure seems almost out of control. And she's not the only person up here who's having a tough time trying to remain calm while dealing with their tape measure. Of course, though,
Of course.
Johnny has a tough time dealing with everything.
That doesn't work.
Angie's using super long screws that she can't drive in.
How does that happen?
Stripping out the screw there.
Perfect. So how did that happen?
The stripping is happening
Look at that.
because Roy's wife always holds her drill on an angle, which means her drill bit is never snug inside the screw head.
Oh, jeez. I almost took my finger off then. How'd you do that?
You just gotta keep the drill straight with your screw.
Down the hall,
Are you all right?
Johnny is getting steamed. I don't mean angry. I mean steamy.
Freak.
Brian M. is getting angry. To mark the placement of his cleats, Eric measured straight up from his slanted floor. Now his shelf cleats are slanted.
It's like the floor, it's going down that way. Crap.
As always, Eric would rather continue than deal with his mistakes.
Yeah. Yee.
He's done, but his shelves are off kilter.
It's like on a slant, man.
Angie's shelves
Roy,
Yeah.
the damn thing's stripped.
are also not going to be level.
I'm just doing it by eye.
Okay.
They really don't look level.
Instead of dealing with her errors,
Oh,
Angie would rather live with the consequences. Angie's shelves don't fit.
A lot of the times I was just cutting off the top of my head, and I was looking. If it looked level, yeah, I was using it.
Brian M. also gets his shelves done,
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir.
but it was a workout.
Sweaty, haha.
Johnny's getting excited by his progress.
What's the biggest project you've ever taken on by yourself?
Probably this one.
Really?
With one shelf up, Johnny is ecstatic.
Well, I'm not going to dance.
If Johnny can continue to stay calm, things should stack up quite nicely for him in rehab.
Awesome.
There we go.
So, congratulations.
Yeah, hey.
Johnny's shelves mark a new era.
My very first job, start to finish, with no help from my wife. It's done.
That only leaves Brian P. still working. He's still working because his power tools haven't even been touched.
He's using 3.5-inch spikes. I mean, that's for framing homes, not for putting up shelving.
They're like screwed once they're on. I hate them.
If Brian P. is ever going to finish our challenges on time, he'll have to use his power tools.
I suppose I could have used a drill, but I wasn't in the mood.
When we come back, it's this season's first group project.
It's going to be crooked.
Too
Comes
bad.
down this way.
Good.
This 100-year-old lodge contains some really cool 100-year-old furniture, like this desk. It's such a cool, simple design, we thought that Canada's worst handymen could make a replica of it for their first group project. Except we want theirs to be a little bit taller, so it can function as a bar.
We're going to replicate that.
Indeed.
Brian P. wants to go straight to work.
Do the top, then do the sides, do the legs, get a measuring tape.
Hey, whoa. Who's gonna lead?
How high do you guys want the bar? Let's start with that.
How about like that high?
What they need here is direction.
So you need 4 posts.
4 posts?
4 posts.
8 posts.
8 posts?
Why?
Don't you think? Double everything.
Let's settle the question of the length first.
What do you think, Gary?
The plywood's 8 feet even.
The leaderless team agrees that the bar's top should be half a sheet of plywood.
5 people involved in making one cut?
Brian P. is insisting on overbuilding.
2x4 on that side, 2x4 on that side, 2x4 down here, 2x4 down there. Then it'll be really solid.
When the excessive frame is laid out, it's too wide for the cut plywood.
What we can do, just go get another piece of plywood and cut it wider.
That kind of waste makes Brian M. want to lead.
It's going to be crooked.
Too
Comes
bad.
down this way.
Good.
Who's in control of this project?
We're all chipping in.
Brian says we had a plan, and we didn't have no freaking plan. We're just throwing together. Yeah.
Put the big lid on.
When the bar top goes on,
Yay.
Brian P. convinces them that the frame still isn't strong enough.
You know what we need? You need braces like between here.
Yeah, definitely.
right.
We can do the front of the bar with that rough lumber stuff.
While Johnny adds stain to the bar, Brian P. treats our antique piano like it's a sawhorse.
This guy's a disaster.
Speaking of disasters,
I'm really incompetent at this.
Angie is trying to iron a bumpy strip of veneer onto the bar's edge.
All right, man, let's put our wood up.
When the new piece of furniture is covered with roughly measured pieces of rough lumber,
Put it up! Ugh.
it's solid, which is something to cheer about.
Yay. Yay.
After the break, the experts conduct their final inspection.
It's a disaster. I mean, it's an abomination.
It's time to see which nominee for Canada's Worst Handyman did the lousiest job in our first episode.
Did you notice that you broke the out of your door?
So what?
Brian P. also broke his sink and his plumbing, which is still leaking into the dining room.